A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 135. If I defend myself, I am attacked.
Lesson 135 means that when you feel like you have to protect yourself, you may be believing you are in danger. When you defend yourself, it is often because you think someone might hurt you. This makes fear feel real. But when you choose trust and love instead, you remember that you are safe. This lesson teaches you that peace comes from letting go of fear and knowing that God is always caring for you.
Who would try to protect himself unless he believed someone was really trying to hurt him? The danger was real, and that protecting himself would actually keep him safe. This is why trying to defend ourselves does not really help. It makes the scary things in our minds seem real, and then tries to fix them like they actually are. It adds one make-believe story on top of another, which makes it even harder to see what is really true. This is what you do when you try to control the future, worry about the past, or make the present go your own way.
We only try to protect ourselves when we think something is really going to hurt us. It feels like the danger is real, so we try to defend ourselves to feel safe. But when we do this, we are actually making the scary thoughts in our mind seem more real than they are. It is like adding one pretend story on top of another, and that makes it harder to see the truth. This is what happens when we worry about the future, feel upset about the past, or try to control everything right now. Instead, we can choose to trust love and feel calm, knowing we are already safe.
You believe you have to protect yourself from what is happening because you think it has something in it that can hurt you. Feeling afraid means you believe you are weak and that something outside can hurt you, so you need to protect yourself. The world is built on this crazy idea. All its rules, weapons, laws, and even its leaders and made-up gods are just ways to keep fear alive. Anyone who walks through the world trying to protect themselves is really full of fear inside.
Sometimes you feel like you have to protect yourself because you think something outside of you can hurt you. When you feel afraid, it can seem like you are small or not strong enough, and that is why you feel the need to defend yourself. But this comes from a mistaken idea. The world often runs on fear with many rules and ways of trying to stay safe. These things are based on the belief that danger is real. When someone is always trying to protect themselves, it usually means that they are feeling afraid inside. But the truth is, you are not weak. You are safe, and when you remember that, the fear begins to go away.
Defending yourself is scary. It comes from fear, and every time you do it, the fear just grows bigger. You think it keeps you safe, but it really means fear is real and being scared makes sense. Is it not strange that you do not stop to ask, while making all your plans and adding more protection, what you are really trying to protect, how you plan to do it, and what you think you are protecting yourself from?
Trying to defend yourself can feel scary because it comes from fear, and each time you do it, the fear can grow a little bigger. It may seem like it is keeping you safe, but it actually makes the fear feel more real. Sometimes we make plans and try to protect ourselves without stopping to think. We do not ask what we are really trying to protect, how we are doing it, or if there is anything to be afraid of at all. When you pause and gently look at this, you can begin to see that the fear is not real. Then you can choose love instead and feel calm and safe again.
Let us first think about what you are trying to protect. It must be something weak that can be hurt easily. It must need your help to stay safe because it cannot protect itself. What else could that be but the body? The body is so fragile that it needs constant care and worry just to stay alive. The body gets tired, sick, and cannot last forever. Is this really what should carry the Son of God?
Let us think about what you feel like you need to protect. It must seem like something small and easy to hurt, something that cannot take care of itself and needs you to keep it safe. That is how we often think about the body. The body can feel weak sometimes. It can get tired, sick, and it does not last forever. That is why it could seem like we always have to worry about it. But you are much more than a body. The real you, the part God created, is strong, safe, and full of love. That is the part of you that can never be hurt and never needs protection.
The body cannot really be afraid, and it is not something to be scared of. It only has the needs you decide to give it. The body does not really need all kinds of protection, medicine, or special care. When you try to keep it safe or make it look better, you are saying your true home can be stolen, broken, or ruined over time. Does that not sound scary? How can you feel peaceful if you believe your home is so weak and easy to lose?
The body is not something to be afraid of. It does not have feelings like fear on its own. It only seems to have needs because of what we believe about it. Sometimes we think we must always protect it or make it perfect, but when we believe that, it can make us feel scared, like something important could be lost or broken. But your true home is not the body. Your real home is in love and peace with God, and that can never be taken away. When you remember this, you can feel calm, safe, and at peace inside.
What gave the body the power to serve you this way, except your own belief? It is your mind that gave the body all its jobs and made it seem more important than just a small mix of dust and water. Who would try to protect something if they saw it for what it really is?
The body only seems very important because of what we believe about it. Our mind gives it meaning and makes it seem like it has a big job. But the body is really just a small part of who you are, not the most important part. The real you is your loving, peaceful self inside. If you could see the body clearly, you would not feel the need to protect it so much. You would remember that your true self is safe, strong, and cannot be hurt.
The body does not need to be defended. This is so important that it needs to be said again and again. The body will stay strong and well if the mind does not give it jobs it cannot do or expect it to be more than it is. When we ask the body to do things it was never meant to do, like make us happy or feel special, we end up upset. We blame the body when it cannot meet our hopes, needs, or dreams, even though it was never made for that.
You do not need to defend the body. This is very important to remember. The body will be fine when the mind does not ask it to do things it cannot do. Sometimes we expect the body to make us happy or make us feel special, but that is not its job. The body cannot give us real peace or love. When we expect too much from it, we can feel upset when it does not work the way we hope. But the truth is, your real happiness comes from inside you, from love, not from the body.
The self you think needs to be protected is not real at all. The body is not worth much and does not really need to be protected. When you see that it is not who you are, it can simply be a helpful tool for the mind to use while it is still needed. And when it is no longer useful, why would you want to keep it?
The part of you that you think needs to be protected is not the real you. The body is not who you truly are, and it does not need to be protected all the time. You can think of the body like a tool. It can be helpful for a while, but it is not your true self. The real you is inside, full of love, peace, and safety. When you remember this, you do not feel so worried about protecting the body. You feel calm, knowing that who you really are can never be hurt or lost.
If you try to protect the body, it means you are hurting your mind. You believe the body needs to be saved because you see problems like faults, weaknesses, and lack inside your mind. You will think the mind and body are the same. Then you will put all the pain from feeling small, weak, and alone onto the body because you believe your mind is separate from other minds and from God.
When you feel like you must protect the body all the time, it can mean your mind is feeling scared or unsure. It can feel like something is wrong inside, like you are not strong or not enough. Then it could seem like the body and the real you are the same thing. So all those unhappy feelings get placed onto the body. It can feel like you are small, alone, or separate from love. But that is not the truth. Your real self is your mind joined with God's love, and it is never weak or alone. When you remember this, those heavy feelings begin to fade, and you feel peaceful again.
These are the thoughts that need healing, and when they are changed to true thoughts, the body will feel better. This is the only real way to protect the body. But is this where you usually look for help? You try to protect the body in ways that do not really help it and only make your mind feel more upset. You do not really heal when you look in the wrong place. You just lose the chance to be healed because you forgot where real hope comes from.
The thoughts in your mind are what need healing. When you change them to loving and true thoughts, the body will start to feel better too. This is the real way to help and care for the body. But sometimes we look for help in the wrong place. We try to fix the body on the outside and forget that real healing comes from inside the mind. When we look in the wrong place, we do not feel better, and we miss the chance to heal. But when we remember that love in our mind is the true source of healing, we begin to feel peaceful, and everything starts to get better.
A healed mind does not make its own plans. It listens for guidance and follows the wise plan it is given. A healed mind waits to be shown what to do and then does it. A healed mind does not try to do everything by itself. It trusts that it can do what it is asked to do and knows nothing can stop it from reaching a goal that helps everyone.
A healed mind does not try to figure everything out by itself. It listens quietly for loving guidance and follows it. Instead of rushing or making its own plans, it waits calmly to be shown what to do, and then it does it with trust. A healed mind knows it is not alone. It trusts that it will be guided in the right way, and nothing can stop it from doing what is truly helpful for everyone.
A healed mind feels free because it knows it does not have to make plans on its own. It understands it does not know what is best, how to get there, or even what the real problem is. The unhealed mind uses the body in the wrong way until it realizes what it is doing. But once it understands the truth, the mind is healed and no longer needs the body to be something it is not.
A healed mind feels light and free because it knows it does not have to figure everything out by itself. It understands that it does not always know what is best, and that it can trust loving guidance instead. When the mind is confused, it may try to use the body to solve problems or find happiness in ways that do not work. But once it learns the truth, it becomes peaceful again. Then the mind no longer expects the body to do things it cannot do. It rests in trust, and everything begins to feel calm, clear, and right.
When the unhealed mind tries to use the body to save itself, it traps the body in its plans, and that can make the body sick. The unhealed mind cannot help with the bigger plan of healing because it is too busy trying to protect itself. But the mind is meant to help with this greater plan, at least for a little while. When we do this, we can be sure we will be healed. Whatever the mind chooses to use will work perfectly with the power it has been given, and it cannot fail.
When the mind is confused, it may try to use the body to fix everything or keep itself safe. This can put too much pressure on the body and may even make it feel unwell. A mind that is full of fear is too busy trying to protect itself, so it cannot help with true healing. But your mind was made to help with a bigger, loving plan. When you choose to trust that loving guidance, everything begins to work the right way. The help you receive will always be enough, and it will not fail. This is how real healing happens.
It may not be easy to see, but all the plans you made by yourself are really just ways to protect yourself, and they are meant to keep the same goal, hiding the truth. These are ways a scared mind tries to protect itself, but it does so by hiding from the truth. Sometimes it is easy to see when we are fooling ourselves, but we do not usually see that making plans can also be a way to hide from what is real.
It can be hard to notice, but when we try to make all our own plans, it is often because we feel a little scared and want to protect ourselves. These plans can sometimes keep us from seeing what is really true. A scared mind tries to stay safe by hiding, and one way it does this is by making lots of plans instead of trusting love. It is like trying to stay in control instead of feeling peaceful. Sometimes we can tell when we are not being honest with ourselves, but we do not always see that even making plans can be a way of hiding from the truth. When we stop and trust love instead, we begin to feel calm and safe again.
When the mind plans by itself, it tries to control the future. It believes it will not be taken care of unless it makes its own plans. It focuses on the future, using the past to decide what to do and forget about the present moment.
When the mind tries to plan everything by itself, it is usually because it feels worried. It thinks it has to control what will happen next so it can be safe. It starts thinking a lot about the future and uses the past to decide what to do, like trying to guess what might happen. But when it does this, it forgets about right now. The present moment is where peace is. When you stop trying to control everything and gently come back to now, you can feel calm, safe, and cared for.
A mind that makes its own plans is trying to stop things from changing. The mind uses what it learns in the past to decide what it wants in the future. Its past experience guide what it chooses to happen next. It does not see that everything it needs is already here right now. The present can lead to a future that is nothing like the past, with no old or hurtful thoughts. There is no need to worry about what will happen, because trust in the present shows the way.
When the mind tries to make all its own plans, it is usually trying to keep things from changing because it feels unsure. It looks at the past and uses those old experiences to decide what it wants to happen next. But the mind forgets something very important. Everything you truly need is already here right now. This moment can lead to something completely new, not like the past at all. You do not have to worry about what will happen. When you trust what is happening right now and stay peaceful, the right way forward will gently show itself.
Defenses are the plans you made to try to protect yourself from the truth. Their goal is to pick what you like and ignore anything that does not match what you believe about yourself. But what is left has no real meaning at all. Your true self is what your defenses try to hide, attack, and tear apart because the ego sees it as a threat.
Defenses are the ways we try to protect ourselves when we feel scared. They help us choose what we want to see and ignore what we do not like, based on what we already believe about ourselves. But when we do this, we are not seeing things clearly, and what we see does not really make sense. It is like looking at only part of a picture and missing the truth. Your true self is loving, whole, and safe. The fearful part of the mind does not understand this, so it tries to hide it. But your real self is always there, and it can never be harmed.
What could you not accept if you knew that everything that happens, past, present, and future, was gently planned by someone who only wants what is good for you? Maybe you did not understand his plan because he would never want you to be in pain, but your defenses block you from seeing his love in every step you took. While you made fearful plans, he was quietly guiding you towards life that never ends.
If you knew that everything in your life was gently guided by someone who only wants what is good for you, you would not feel afraid or upset. You might not always understand what is happening, but you can trust that love is guiding you. God would never want you to be in pain. Sometimes it feels that way because we cannot see the whole picture. When we feel scared and try to make our own plans, it can hide the love that is always there. Even when you felt worried or confused, you were still being gently guided towards something good and lasting. You are always being led toward love, peace, and a life that never ends.
When you trust him now, it protects your future and keeps it peaceful. There will be no sadness, only joy that keeps growing as your life becomes a holy moment that lives in time but listens only to God's forever love. Do not let your defenses take charge. Let your trust guide the future. Then your life will become a special chance to connect with the truth, which your defenses were only trying to hide.
When you choose to trust God now, it helps your future feel safe and peaceful. Instead of sadness, you begin to feel more and more joy inside. Your life becomes like a special moment filled with love, where you listen to God's gentle voice instead of fear. You are still here in time, but your heart is connected to something that never changes. So, you do not need to let fear or defenses guide you. When you choose trust instead, your life becomes a beautiful chance to remember what is true, the love that was always there.
When you let go of defenses, you become a shining light that heaven happily sees as part of itself. It will guide you in the ways chosen to make you happy. Follow a loving plan that started when time first began. Others will join their light with yours, and together the light will grow until the whole world shines with joy. Then our brothers will gladly let go of their heavy defenses, which never helped and only brought fear.
When you stop trying to protect yourself with fear, your true light begins to shine. That light is part of heaven, and it feels happy and peaceful. This loving light will guide you in the best way, helping you feel happy and safe. There is a gentle plan of love that is always leading you. When others see your light, they begin to remember their own. Then more and more light joins together, and the whole world starts to feel brighter and full of joy. As this happens, people begin to let go of their fear because they see it was never helping them. They choose love instead and feel peaceful and free.
Today we look forward with trust, knowing this is part of the plan for us. We are sure that everything we need will be given to help us. We do not need to plan how it will happen. We just need to stay open and without defenses. The truth will gently shine in our minds.
Today we can feel calm and trusting, knowing that we are being guided in a loving way. Everything we need will be given to us at the right time. We do not have to figure everything out or make all the plans. We can just stay open, relaxed, and not guarded. When we do this, the truth begins to shine softly in our minds, and we feel peaceful, safe, and cared for.
For 15 minutes, 2 times a day, we will take a break from all the useless planning and from any thoughts that stop the truth from reaching our minds. Today we will listen and receive instead of making our own plans, so we can share love instead of trying to control everything. And we are given truly, as we say, if I defend myself, I am attacked. But in defenselessness, I will be strong, and I will learn what my defenses hide.
Today, 2 times, we take a little quiet break and stop trying to plan everything or control what happens. We will also let go of thoughts that block us from feeling peace and truth. Instead of trying to figure things out on our own, we will listen quietly and be open to love. When we do this, we can share kindness and peace instead of trying to control everything. We are learning that when we stop trying to protect ourselves with fear, we actually become stronger, and then we could begin to see the love and truth that were hidden before.
That is all. If any plans are needed, you will be told what to do. The plans you receive may not be what you expect, and they may not fix the problems you thought you had, but they answer a deeper question inside you, a question you may not even know you are asking until the real answer finally comes.
That is all you need to do. If something needs to be done, you will be gently shown what to do. The help you receive might not look the way you expected, and it may not fix the problem the way you thought, but it is helping you in a deeper and better way. Sometimes there is a quiet question in your heart that you do not even know you are asking. When the answer comes, it brings real peace and helps you feel calm, safe, and understood.
All your defenses were made to stop you from receiving what you will receive today. But in the light and joy that comes from trusting, you will wonder why you ever believed you needed protection from being set free. Heaven never asks you to give anything up. It is the ego or a hell that demands sacrifices. When you come to God with no defenses, just as you really are, you are not giving up anything at all.
All the ways you try to protect yourself can block you from feeling the love and peace that is waiting for you today. When you choose to trust, you begin to feel light and happy, and you may wonder why you ever thought you needed to protect yourself at all. Heaven never asks you to give anything up that is real or good. It is only fear that makes it seem like you have to lose something. When you come to God just as you are, without trying to protect or hide, you are not losing anything. You are simply remembering the love and peace that have always been yours.
God has never forgotten you. Today we remember Him. This is like Easter for your heart, where you rise again from what felt like sadness and loss into new life and hope. Now the light of hope is alive in you again because you come with no defenses, ready to learn the special part you play in God's plan. What small plans or made-up ideas could still matter once you have received your true purpose from God's own voice?
God has never forgotten you, not even for a moment. Today you are remembering Him again. It is like your heart is waking up from sadness and feeling full of new hope and life. When you let go of fear and do not try to protect yourself, you are ready to learn the special, loving part you have in God's plan. His voice gently shows you what is true. Once you feel this, the little plans and ideas you used to worry about do not seem so important anymore. You remember that your real purpose is to share love, and that is what truly makes you happy.
Try not to plan your day based on what you think will help you the most. You cannot imagine how much happiness can come without your own plans. Today is a day to learn that. And when you do, the whole world moves forward with you and shares in your joy. So when small things make you feel like you need to protect yourself or start planning, remember this is a special day to learn a new way. This is my special day of new life and hope, and I want to keep it peaceful and full of love. I do not need to protect myself because who I really am is safe and true, just as God created me.
Today, try not to plan everything. A deeper, more beautiful happiness comes when you let go and trust. When you choose trust, you feel peaceful and your joy is shared with everyone because we are all connected. If you start to feel worried, remember, this is a special day to choose a loving way instead. This is your day of new life and hope. You are safe, full of love, and just as God created you.
If I defend myself, I am attacked. If I defend myself, I am attacked. If I defend myself, I am attacked.